Hi guys, welcome back to another movie talk. Let's talk about My Hero Academia Heroes Rising. I saw this last night, dubbed, and I gotta say, this is a great movie. It's better than the first one, and not just that, I feel like this is like the My Hero Academia equivalent of Avengers Endgame. It is that epic, and I really, really love this. And the thing I was missing the most from the first My Hero Academia movie, and I did like the first one, I believe I totally forgot the title of it. Is it Two Heroes? I think it's Two Heroes. The thing I missed the most about Two Heroes is the fact that not everyone has their moment to shine. And some of the students, they are completely left out of they're still in the movie, but they don't do anything for the final battle. So that's why I'm kind of upset. Like characters like Tokoyami. He didn't even do anything in the first movie. He was just there for a cameo and that's it. And I think Ojiro and some other characters couldn't do anything as well. So that's a bit of a bummer. So for this one, I am glad that all the students are involved and almost everyone has their moment to shine. Only one character doesn't, and I can understand why, but I'm a bit disappointed in. It's the Invisible Girl, Hagakure. I hope I pronounced it right. She didn't do anything in this, and I'm really disappointed in that. And again, I guess it's because she's really not a good fighter. Does she even know any fighting abilities? Can she use her invisibility as a distraction? I don't know, and maybe she does have more usefulness, or she becomes more badass in the manga or later on in the anime, but from what I've seen in this movie, she did absolutely nothing, and that's disappointing to me. You could argue, oh, she was helping moving people and helping the survivors and stuff like that, but against the villains, again, she doesn't do anything, so that's why I'm disappointed in that. Also, I'm trying to remember, didn't she have that ability during one of the hero tests where she could actually blind people? Again, she doesn't do anything like that in this movie, so she's the most disappointing to me. Heck, even Koda does something, and he doesn't get hurt in this one, but Koda actually does something in this. People like Jiro and Ojiro, they're usually put to the sidelines, but they actually did their very best in this, and I loved it. Almost every single character has their moment to shine, and they're all pushed to their limits, and that's why I love this movie, because the stakes are much higher. These villains are really punishing, they're really tough, and they won't go down, and these kids have to work together, they have to strategize, they have to come up with new plans because they have to fight the villains twice, and they realize their lineups don't work out that well, so they have to try it again. So I love this. I really love this movie. I will say though, even though I do dig the final fight, it is a bit too much like Dragon Ball Z in the end. It's basically Super Saiyan fight, and I guess it's a bit of a spoiler if you watch the American trailers and the clips, but Funimation is also showing clips as well on their channel. So yeah, there's a little scene where it shows Deku and Bakugo basically being Super Saiyans, and that's pretty much the final fight. The thing about this, I'm not going into any spoilers. Well, actually, the only thing I will say is that there's no end credit scene. So once you get to the end credits, you could just leave. That's all I can say. And yes, there's a couple questions I have about this movie, and I'm pretty sure the answer is it's going to get explained later on in the anime once the anime catches up with the manga. I never read the manga, and I'm not going to. So I'm just going to hold off on reading the manga unless I'm really, really curious. But for now, I just want the anime to just catch up. And but the thing is that some of the questions I have, again, like I said, they're not going to be explained for a while. But I will say Deku's ability kinda got me confused, and I know 9 does say that Deku has multiple quirks or something like that, so probably that explains it. And also the kid was helping Deku out, so probably that's why Deku is able to do these abilities. But at the same time, again, I have so many questions about him. So that's why the final fight was iffy for me, because it kind of felt like it just came out of nowhere. But again, like I said, it's probably explained later on in the manga and probably later on in future episodes of My Hero Academia anime. But the fight was pretty good, even though it really reminds me of Man of Steel. And yes, I get it. In Man of Steel, Superman destroys most of Metropolis, and people were angry about that. But here, they're on an island. They made sure the people are safe already. Even though Bakugo and Deku pretty much destroys the island. Yes, there's some left, and they don't destroy the town. But still, Jesus Christ, the destruction in this movie is amazing. It's super over the top, and I love it. And yes, it's a Super Saiyan fight. But before that, the class of 1A is helping each other. They're strategizing. They're trying to figure out who's better, which lineup is better against each villain, and how the villain plays out and stuff like that. So that's pretty cool. And the villains are awesome. 9 is great. He's played by Johnny Youngbosch. Nero from Devil May Cry is the villain in this, and that's pretty damn awesome. And if you don't know that, Nero is also Adam from the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers TV show from back then. Yes, the one with the frog. Oh man, that's pretty cool. I think the villain's name is Chimera. It's this blue werewolf looking dude with some dreads, and he has like talons and stuff, and he could grow wings and a lizard tail and stuff, and he could shoot out Ultima fireballs. He is freaking badass. I love this because every time you keep thinking, UA has got him down, they figured out who he is, and he's like, nope, this isn't my final form. So my god, he keeps getting stronger and stronger and stronger, and at one point I was like, maybe he's the main villain, while 9 is just the henchman or something like that, because this guy keeps getting stronger. He's basically Doomsday. So yeah, his fight is great, and I would say the fight that's a bit lacking in terms of the villain fight is possibly the Mummy. He is this guy who's able to wrap red bandages around objects, and he can turn them into like puppets that could explode or punch things and stuff like that. So he is cool, but in terms of the villain fights, he's probably the weakest one, and it kind of makes sense once you watch the movie. And then we have this woman who's like Medusa from Inhumans. She has this like red hair that keeps moving around, and she could shoot out needle hairs and stuff like that, like a hedgehog. And she could turn them into blades and stuff. She was pretty cool too. And I do like the lineup of the Class 1A against her. The 2 times they were fighting her. So that was pretty cool. And I would say another negative aspect about this might be the kids, even though they've grown on me. But these are the typical kids that, everyone has to protect. And unfortunately, these kids do not listen. They're not good listeners. Even though everyone keeps telling them to run, all they do is just sit still and not run away, even though everyone's trying to protect them. And at one point, one kid just tries to run at the villain, and it just kind of makes you angry. But again, the voice acting for the kids are good, and you can understand why they're like that, but at the same time, do they have to be fucking idiots? I'm sorry. But that's one negative aspect of this. Oh yeah, my biggest complaint about this, and which is a big complaint in the Two Heroes movie as well. Who is this movie actually made for? Because I'm pretty sure it's supposed to be the fans of the anime, the people who are watching the anime, the people who are reading the manga. So why do you keep showing us clips from the anime? That part, is it just to fill up the time slot? I mean, this movie was actually longer than 90 minutes. I believe it reached like 1 hour and 40 minutes, which is much more than a theatrical, regular animated theatrical release from Japan. So, a usual one, anyway, that's based on a manga. So that's why I'm like, why do you have to keep showing us these clips? It feels it really feels like a lot of padding and a lot of filler, and it just seems unnecessary because the fans of the anime already know this shit. It's not like you're showing us more new information about it. No, it's the exact same dialogue, it's the exact same scene. It's not animated differently, edited differently, or anything. It's just the exact same clip. So that's why I'm like, why do you show it this way? It's just, And again, the other reason is they want to bring newcomers into this. Whoever is new to My Hero Academia who sees this movie, hopefully they get invested in it so they could watch the anime and read the manga. But at the same time, I don't think it's executed that well, because if I was a newcomer, and even though there's they have that beginner's dialogue that Deku always does in every single episode of the anime, where he explains that the whole world is filled with people with quirks, these special powers called quirks, and I'm part of a class of 1A at the UA Academy, and this is My Hero Academia, blah, 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 blah. Yes, he does explain that, but at the same time, if I was a newcomer in this, I think I would still be confused, and I probably might not want to see the anime. I don't know. For me, it feels like it wasn't executed that well. So this movie tries their best to really please the fans and to really please the newcomers. But again, at the same time, I felt like they should have thought this more for the fans, to be honest, because that's your majority right there. You want to attract the fans. You want to bring all the fans to the theaters to watch this. Not just, oh, hey, new people, you know? That's my biggest complaint, because it keeps slowing down the movie for me. And those anime purists, the My Hero Academia purists, are gonna say that they never cared about that. It never fazed them. They just watch it and it's just fine for them. And I get it. I do. For me, especially for a movie and for something that's from My Hero Academia, it just gets really annoying. So if they ever make a third movie, which I heard that the director kind of doesn't want to do because he felt like he really topped it with this one, and I can understand that. Please don't just keep showing clips from the anime. Again, it's annoying. At least animate it differently, you know? Or show a different camera angle, something that makes it look newish. Not, just here's a clip from the anime. There, that's it. I don't like that. Oh, man. Okay, so Bakugo. Oh, my God. I do like Deku. I really like him a lot. But I would say Bakugo is probably my number one favorite character now. He's just so entertaining. He's so great. He's so over the top, and he's so angry and mean, which makes me root for him too. I'm gonna be the number one hero. I'm gonna be better than All Might. Now all you villains, die! Seriously. Well, Deku's like, oh, Kacchan, you probably might not say that around the kids, you know? Oh, man. Bakugo is so good. Man, there was a scene where he heard that there's a villain on the island, so he drags this kid along, and the kid's screaming, and he's like, Deku, why are you following me? Hey, kid, tell me where the villain is. I'm gonna kill him. I'm gonna be the number one hero. Oh, man. So, yeah, there's some laugh out loud stuff, but for me, the biggest laugh out of this movie has to be from Kaminari. Oh, my God. I applauded when this happened in the movie theater. I was laughing my ass off. It's such a good moment, too. Oh, my God. When you see the movie, you'll see why. This moment with Kaminari, he's my boy. He earned this. He was really good for this. Oh, my God. I loved it. So, yeah, that's all I can say about My Hero Academia Heroes Rising without going into spoilers. I really dug it. Way better than the first movie. The finale is a bit too much like Dragon Ball Z with the Super Saiyan stuff and a lot of destruction and lasers and all that. But again, the animation's really beautiful and the fights are good. Everyone's pushed to their limits, so stakes are even higher. It does get emotional a couple times, and man, there's so much in this and I love it. If they cannot make a third movie because they feel like they can never top this one, I could truly understand. But hopefully they do make another one because there's so much for the anime right now, and I'm not even sure if the manga is coming to a close soon anyway, so I feel like there's a lot to do with the third movie, but at the same time I can understand. It's gonna be tough topping this one because this really set the bar. Wow. And this is one of my most favorite superhero movies ever. I mean, especially for an animated superhero team-up movie. With 20 students in a class. Wow, that's an accomplishment right there, to be honest. But so yeah, I recommend it. I think unfortunately it's only on for a week or two and then it's gone. But if this does well in the first week at the box office, they'll extend it anyway. And unfortunately, it takes like about 6 months for it to get on Blu-ray. I remember Two Heroes took a while to get on Blu-ray. Wow, that sucked. I've been waiting for that one. And now I can't wait for this one. So by the time it comes out on Blu-ray, right now it's almost March. It'll probably come out around September-ish, if we're lucky. So we'll see. Ah, man, I can't wait to see this again, but once it comes out on Blu-ray. All right, thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you next time.